Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I was happy with coming out with that victory. It was a hard-fought battle, actually, and it was a slow first half start for us, partly with their defense, how they play, as well as their goalkeeper played. But we started picking things up, getting to a little more rhythm in that second half, and was able to, kind of take control of the game.
Similar to what we saw yesterday, it was Stevens jumped on the board first. Did that kind of add pressure to your side, or was it just, they scored, we move on?
It's one of those. They score, we move on. Find out, how they got their goal, of course. But it's a long game. We know that, and we don't want to put any more pressure. And main thing for us is for our offense to get into a rhythm. Defensively, I thought we played really well today. Of the caused turnovers, 24 turnovers in general, we caused 14 of them. So I was very proud of our D, creating really more opportunities for our offense. Our offense needs to do a better job, especially at the beginning of the game. Capitalize on their opportunity. But the goalies played awesome. They really played really well today.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. How much of that was the Stevens defensive effort in the first half, and how much was it Salisbury not executing?
A little bit of both. I mean, again, shot selection, but again, you still got to make the save. And she made a lot of saves. So credit to their defense and their goalkeeper. They did a great job there. And, for our offense, slowly but surely we were able to, find the back of the net.
A little bit of separation in the second quarter, a lot of separation in the third quarter. What clicked after halftime?
Well, we mainly just talked about it. Again, just stop playing so robotic offensively and just start to flow, get into a rhythm more than anything. And things will just start to open up as they always do for us.
Looking ahead a little bit to next weekend, what are some of the things that the team needs to work on, without getting into too much detail, to kind of be successful next weekend?
Well, again, I think our shooting percentage has to be better when you're looking at how many shots we took and how many actually, again, put on goal and as well as missed. So I think that's going to be the big thing. Our shot selection, I think, for our offense, just make smart decisions and not allowing, to go in those droughts, really. I mean, we need to be able to keep pace with, an opposing team's offense.
15 goals, 8 players scored. That's a pretty good balance. Is that a key for Salisbury's offense, especially moving forward, that many players are getting involved offensively?
We try. I mean, again, we don't look to just 2 players, of course. We try to, the way things are, developed in our offense, everyone has the opportunity to take their shots, of course. So it's now who is putting the ball in the back of the net, after the fact. So, but we try to keep things balanced as best as possible.
You talked about the caused turnover number. Is that rhythm? You figure out what the other team is doing, and person A gets disrupted, and person B gets disrupted, or is that just a product of the entire defensive scheme?
I think as much as the product of the whole defensive scheme. Obviously we're keying in on certain players, and again, when we're looking to create that turnover, if it is presenting itself, we want to make sure we're doing it mainly with not putting ourselves in the box, which happens quite a lot. When you're going for those checks.
Coach, just one question. First, I want to say congratulations on the game today, and also for your hallmark record that you have on Salisbury Women Lacrosse Program. Sensational. My question is, do you have any pressure now that you're the current champion and you're independent? Do you have any pressure for you to keep winning? And the second question would be, with your winning record that you have, do you have any special advice for any young kids, like a junior high school, that wants to be like you? I mean, repeat some kind of program as well.
Right. No, I mean, again, with the pressure part, we're trying to, again, alleviate that pressure. And that's what we're always saying. If we're prepared with doing things in practice, game day should be more enjoyable. And I'll talk about the pressure. So, we just talk about how we want to make sure we're executing. And then, again, it all starts at practice and how we prep the team and everything. But for, as you can kind of see with, for today, for younger players in regards of, and you watch these Division I games, men's yesterday, the parity within the Division I, II, and III now is so high. Continue just working on your skills and gain confidence, especially for a young girl. It's gaining confidence and be able to beat somebody on a dodge, a true dodge. Stick skills, again, you got to work on them, but you have to have the confidence to be able to beat people and not just use my speed, but actually throw a move. So for younger ones to be able to hopefully, just take that advice. And for girls, I hate to say it, play with a guy stick. Get that stick work going where, again, you can throw these great fakes and then you can adapt it when you get into your girl stick.
Coach, one serious one and one fun one. how important in a tournament like this was the bye? Really humid conditions, really tough conditions. Two teams played yesterday. You had practice day, but didn't go full out. Does that matter in a game like this, getting those extra days of rest or getting those extra days to kind of practice?
I mean, it does. I mean, I think we need to look at that as a committee. I think it is an unfair advantage. I mean, just on the guy's side and the girl's side, but more so. I mean, if if that was a really tough, close game, and then they got to turn around and play someone like us that next day, I mean, again, of course, we're going to have the advantage. So I feel we need to really look at that, that playing game, because again, it looks like we had some upsets yesterday all at the same time, but. It definitely is an advantage. I mean, especially with today's type of heat on top of it all. I mean, and we're fortunate we do go deep on our bench just on a regular basis to hopefully keep us fresh.
Sure. We'll close with a fun one. Something that's kind of become NCAA tradition here at Stevens and Hoboken is we like to close our press conferences talking about food. Where have you eaten? What's been good? What's the plan for today?
They got us pizza. They talked about, again, I don't know the names because all my assistants and the parents do such an incredible job with getting us the food. We had some Italian last night that we stayed over in the Hampton Inn, Meadowlands out there. There was an Italian place, I guess, right around the street. And I think that's where they got the pizza and they brought it on over here. So I don't know, but the food was awesome last night. And, our biggest, talk about fun stuff is how do you guys drive around here? That's crazy traffic and crazy tightness on your road.